Hi everybody, welcome to this week's Tillers Turf Talk. Plenty going on this week, harvest is nice and busy, weather's with us at the moment, we've had a nice drop of rain recently, it's cooling down a little bit, perfect time, optimum growing conditions right now, pretty much for every crop that we grow. So this week we're going to have a look at some more mowing. So the turf farm this size needs lots of big mowers. So it's all systems mowed today. We're going to go and join the guys out in the field, look at some of the bigger mowers and learn a little bit more about them. Catch you shortly. So I've given the guys a bit of time to get out into the field. Tiller is an absolute huge site. I would say the whole area covers probably in excess of 40 square miles. So logistics and moving things around is never very quick. But the guys are cracking on now, and the field we're in at the moment is a new drill. So this is one that would have been drilled maybe, I don't know, 3-4 months ago. And with the new sowings, we tend to top them off firstly with a rotary mower. This is just to bring the first few cuts down, bring it down to a desired height before we start putting the cylinder mowers on, just to fine it up, get it into great condition prior to harvest. So we've got Rory coming up behind me. You'll probably see him in the distance just there. There we go. And Rory here is on our what we call our clipper mower. So a big wide rotary mower, and he will be mowing this field probably a couple of times today. As I say before, slowly working the heights down before we get the cylinders on, start to really prime it into great condition. So we're going to take a closer look at the mowing. So young Rory there, doing a great job as always. We've got a real kind of variance of age here at Tillers. You know, we've got some of the old experienced heads on site. We've also got the young lads like Rory coming through now. You know, these guys are obviously the future. And old Rory there, he loves being out on the tractor, really enjoying himself, enjoys mowing the grass. Anyway, in a place like this, why wouldn't you? Absolutely beautiful place to be, beautiful working environment. So we've seen what Rory's up to with the rotary cutting in here, that's all going very well. I think we'll get in the van now and we'll head out, we'll see if we can find Steve, and it always gets me excited, never get tired of watching it. Let's go find the Vemo. I've driven down to another part of the farm now, and mentioned earlier about the sheer scale of the place. Well, just to put that in perspective, I've just driven from Nottinghamshire, I'm now into Lincolnshire. And if the hedge behind me, where my van is, if the leaves weren't on that now, we'd see the very famous Lincoln Cathedral. So that just really puts in perspective the huge size of the place. So we've come down now, we've finally found the Vemo in all its glory, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. We're going to jump in the cab with Steve, talk a little bit about how it works, how he manages to use it so effectively, and a bit more information on the machine itself. So I'm not going to waffle on too much, let's jump in, go for it. Right guys, so I've jumped in the cab with Steve now. Steve's one of our, let's say, more experienced members of staff. So been here a few years now, been in the sort of turf stroke sort of contracting business now for years and years and years. So very experienced man, the best man to have on this Vemo. So tell us a bit more about the Vemo, Steve. What sort of cutting width are we looking at here?
We're looking at 16.2 metres per cut.
Yep.
We're sort of doing it in lands so as we don't scuff the headlands, every other breed, and just keep an eye on everything as we're going along.
Yeah. Excellent. So how many cutting units does it have?
23.
23.
23.
I bet the workshop lads love you
Yeah,
when it comes in for a service.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
So fantastic mower, like you can say, extremely productive, and at 16 point whatever metres wide. Very specific. I always thought it was 16, but I'm even more impressed now it goes longer. So tell me then, Steve, how do you manage to just get so minimal overlap? I mean, I'm just watching you on the way here, and you literally overlapping like 2 inches.
We're using the auto steer on the tractor. You know, the function here. Yeah, we just put the numbers in up here, and then it just follows satellites. It's picking sort of 20 satellites up, so we're getting a really good signal, and yeah, that's why we keep so straight. It's not really good tractor driving, but
Don't do yourself an injustice, Steve. It's a really good tractor driving.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the tractor's very good. It knows what it's doing. It takes all the hard work out of tractor driving now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you, like myself, Steve, you've been in the industry quite a long time now, and the introduction and innovation, you know, with GPS and various other sort of electronic gadgets that just make the job so much easier, don't they?
Yeah, it's come on leaps and bounds.
But not only does it excuse you from wonky lines when you're mowing, but it also sort of maximises the performance of the machine. Obviously, that reduces diesel usage.
That's right.
And, you know, wear and tear on the machine. So yeah, generally, it's an all good round story, isn't it?
That's right, and everything in the tractor itself, you know, everything coming through the screen, we can monitor everything. You know, horsepower usage, diesel usage, you know, points of, you know, how much we're doing, you know, per hour, you know, hectares per hour, and just everything can be monitored. You know, even John Deere themselves can monitor through the dome, you know, if anything's going wrong with the tractor. So it's very
impressive.
Impressive and cost effective.
Yeah. So we'll just take a quick look out the back now, and we can watch the mower in operation. So you're happy with how it's going then, Steve?
Yeah, we're fairly happy. It's gone quite dry all of a sudden again, so
yeah,
you know, it's not cutting as well as it could do.
Yeah, nothing a little bit of drop of rain won't sort
No,
out.
That's right.
I'm sure after the summer we've had, it won't be too long before we get it.
That's right. Hopefully.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to crack on now, Steve, so keep up the great work.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Always do.
Yep.
And we'll look forward to catching up with you later.
Thank you very much.
Cheers for now.
Yeah.
So I hope that's given you a good insight into some of the bigger mowers we use here at Tillers. And once again, thanks to Steve for his time, for showing us sort of inside his cab and his sort of day-to-day operation at this time of year. So like I said, very experienced driver, brilliant on this machine, absolutely maximum outputs, minimum wastage. As we've seen, the GPS really helping him with that. So I'm sure we will see the VMO again in future episodes. In fact, we definitely see the VMO again in future episodes because I just love watching it so much. But in the meantime, just seems like a great place to close out. So thank you all again for watching. Any greenkeepers that might be watching, you might want to look at last week's episode down at the BMW PGA and look at some of maybe the opportunities that may be presented to greenkeepers in the future, or something you may wish to take part in through Bigger. So hopefully a nice little insight into behind the scenes down there with the greenkeepers. So please continue to like, to share, to retweet, and we look forward to bringing you another video next week. But for now, it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Steve.